Caner Universe, it's Caner Tip Tuesday. Today, what is the best way, the fastest way to get good with your cane? Before we do that, a warm welcome to all. And if you love the content, go ahead and hit the subscribe button now before you forget. And hit the little bell icon so that you don't miss any future content. Most important, do this now. Text the letters CCC to the number on the screen. And in less than 24 hours, that's your no-cost cane clarity call. We'll be on a phone call discussing what is it that is important to you, what attracts you about the cane, but most importantly, give you an actual blueprint, an action plan that will outline your training and how you can actually make it happen. And that's what this topic is about. And listen, it doesn't matter to me whether you're brand new or you've trained with ACSD, but maybe you only did leader, advanced, you still haven't graduated, and you focused only on the cane. I want to talk about that because ACSD, the original method for 3 decades, is a cane empty hand system. That is the full strength. Now, some of you, it's not obligatory, right? Some of you coming in, you pick up, you say, I just want to get good with the cane. Maybe you didn't even know that ACSD had an empty hand system because it's only as of the past year or so that we have the courses already in place to deliver it the way we've done so effectively, efficiently, and enjoyably with the cane. Same thing with the empty hand. It's the natural extension. This is what I mean. Anything you do with this tool, with ACSD, has an empty hand equivalent for the times that you don't have your cane. Now, again, not just for self-protection, but for better movement. And then you learn that in that movement, there are different modes of doing it. There's walkthrough, there's go time, and then there's flow. And recently, in a master's group, I made the statement that the fastest way to learn, it's almost like a shortcut to learn and get good with the cane, is through that flow. Now, that sometimes when people look at it, turns off a lot of people because they don't get it, and it looks, like all this handling with the cane. But that is all towards the end of better movement and brain training. And it's going to be tough to argue that if you can move better, you have the potential to protect better. And if you can move better, with better movement typically comes a feeling better. The health, your sense of wellness gets better, and it's brain training, especially the way that we have it set up. But it's step by step. It has a foundation. It has a core. And it's designed to take you step by step with the feedback of a set of trained eyes, a professional instructor that can go ahead and do that. And I always quantify it based on where you are right now with the injuries and the limitations. That's why you want to go ahead and make that call so that we can answer some of the questions, see where you're at, and then see if it's a good fit. It usually is, all right? But maybe you say something that we say, hey, you know what? That's it. We can't help with that. But we're very good at, and the trained coaches are very good at circumventing or working around these kinds of limitations. Now, for those of you that have trained with the cane, you say, hey, I've gone through leader, I went through advanced, and you haven't gone through advanced, by the way, if you never crossed the finish line, if you never did module number 8, which is that CaneFlow module, that is a lesson in and of itself. And everybody who's done it will tell you, hey, it was the most important lesson. So, if you've only, life got in the way, and you haven't followed through on that, you really have not done that training. You haven't completed that training. More so, if you're just coming in, ask about how you can bundle both the cane and the empty hand and ask for the full strength version. I, Joe Robaina, the fellow who put it together, is telling you that you can't go wrong with that. You're never going to come back and say, oh, that was a bad idea to learn the empty hand with it. No, because that's how I put it together. Same thing, those of you that have graduated leader, you're moving on to advanced. The best way is always going to be when you learn it the way it was originally put together. There are some of you that are coming new to this and you say, well, I already have, training in the empty hand. I'm very well versed with that. That is great. You can just stick to this if you like. But when you combine this with the natural extension, your understanding of ACSD is going to go to a completely another level, and so will your potential for application and a more enjoyable cane practice. Okay, so That's what I wanted to get out to you today, that it's not just the system, the way we've put it together and the step by step, but the fact also that, hey, it's got an empty hand component. That now when you come to every immersion now for a while, it's always been cane and empty hand. Well, that empty hand training, while you can really feel it in your bones when you come down to Miami. And the next one, by the way, is September 24th through the 27th. That's Fall Cane Immersion. It's going to have a heavy dose. We're focusing on CaneFlow because I just absolutely love what's going on in empty hand level 2. And you caners, I tell you, and I see you all the time, but at one point we're thinking, oh my gosh, I have enough with the cane to now, how do I even do this with my own hands? Well, you were born with these, and now you're doing fist flow, and that is amazing. And so I'm so excited about that. That's what the topic on my end is going to be for September. But before you do any of that, April 15th, you have the foundational course for leaders. So mark that. Before you do any of that, text the letter CCC to the number on the screen. Let's have a conversation and let's find out how we can make this happen for you in 2024. I'm Joe Robaina for American Cane Self-Defense and CaneFlow. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.